¿Cómo están? Excelente. And welcome to Tuesday with Learning with Senior Cow Cow. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with your warm up. So here we go. All right, now keep in mind we're practicing three different concepts here, working with two verbs at the same time and reciprocal actions as well as get expressions. Okay? All right, so clase, por favor, saquen papel y practiquen. Pause the video now. All right, first one. They hug each other every day. Ellos, if you want to say it, se abrazan todos los días. Se abrazan todos los días. How sweet. We need to dry ourselves. Let's say we've been swimming. So you can say it one of two ways. Nos necesitamos secar or necesitamos secarnos. Okay. He gets tired a lot. Él se cansa mucho. Se cansa. That's where we get the word cansado. So this is kind of interesting. So se cansa means he gets tired. If you want to say he rests, it would be descansa. So literally he gets untired. He untires. He gets tired a lot. Se cansa. Okay, she gets married in June. Ella se casa en junio. Oh, sorry, it's not capitalized in Spanish. Se casa en junio. Which I know it looks like it says she marries herself, but it's just one of those get expressions. I'm going to brush my teeth. You could say, me voy a cepillar los dientes, or voy a cepillarme los dientes. And finally, they call each other on Fridays. Ellos se llaman los viernes. Se llaman los viernes. They call each other. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to go back over your notes. If there's any of this that you don't need to see, just skip through it, okay? Because I want to be thorough here, but I don't want to bore anybody either. So let's start here. Okay, so let's start with this. I'm just going to go over these one at a time. Okay, so reflexive verbs, everything you should know. I'm just going to go straight through, okay? If you need to spend more time, pause the video. Reflexive verbs are things that we do to ourselves. Me ducho, I shower myself. Nos secamos, we dry ourselves. Okay? Whoever's doing it, the same person is doing it and receiving it. The verbs are conjugated just like in any other situation, just like any other verb. For example, dormir still becomes duerme. Lavar becomes lavas. There's no special endings or anything. It's just we're adding a little pronoun. Se duerme, te lavas el pelo. You must use a reflexive pronoun every single time. Me baño, se cepillan. You have to know who is receiving this. Okay? Now again, this one is red because it's kind of new to us, maybe. If there are two verbs working together in a sentence, you may choose to put the pronoun before the two verbs or attached to the end of the two verbs. And I'll tell you, this stuff is very commonly said out in the real world. Like if I call you and you're clearly in the shower and you say, can I call you back? Estoy duchándome. Estoy duchándome. This is something people say, they just spit it right out. Or this one, they need to go to sleep. Necesitan dormirse. So just so you know, how good you get at Spanish is up to you. It's all about how much you practice on your own, really. Because I present information and we go over it together and we practice together. But if you want to get good at it, you have to pick up the ball yourself and practice. Practice saying things. And don't be afraid either. That's the other thing. Just get out there and say it. Nobody's going to correct you. If they do, talk to someone else. Okay, so for example, I'm sorry, that's the end of the day. This is not that bad if you really break it down and look at it. For example, the word estoy means I am. Duchando means showering. Estoy duchando. I am showering. Now all you have to do is add the me. So you can say me estoy duchando or estoy duchándome. They need to go to sleep. Necesitan to sleep. Dormir. Necesitan dormir. Either way. So you can say se necesitan dormir or necesitan dormirse. And there you go. They need to go to sleep. Okay, now you see how we have this accent mark right here? When attaching pronouns using the present progressive tense, like estoy lavando, you have to count back 3 vowels and put an accent mark to maintain the correct pronunciation. So basically, with the word lavándome, you go 1, 2, 3 vowels, and then we put the accent mark here. Estoy lavándome. Okay? Estoy lavándome. We do that because the more stuff you start adding on, it pulls this emphasis further and further away till it starts to sound like lavandome, and you want it to stay in the original verb. So it's like a little nail. You go and you kind of lock it down. Lavándome. Okay? Lavándome, duchándome, cepillándome. Okay? Use reflexive pronouns with expressions that we usually use get to say in English. For example, they get sick. Ellos se enferman. We get married. Nos casamos. He gets mad. Se enoja. Okay, and these verbs are in your notes, the packet that I gave you. They're also on the Quizlet. And finally, these are called reciprocal actions. Reciprocal verbs are actions that people do to each other. Okay, so look at the arrows. Imagine these people, one of them does it to the other one and the other one does it back. They kiss each other. Ellos se besan. They kiss each other. What will really keep you from getting lost in all this is that you remember that each word has a meaning. We hug each other. Nos abrazamos. We hug each other. Do y'all talk to each other? Se hablan ustedes? Do y'all talk to each other? It's this back and forth, talking, kissing, whatever it is, okay? Writing, looking at each other. And again, I've created a Quizlet. If you go to quizlet.com/senorcaucau, just like it's written there, you will find where to practice these words. Words like hug, get sick, get angry, because I will tell you, you will need to know them all. You'll need to know those as well as the ones we were doing before, like how to say things like to brush your hair, to put your clothes on, to shower yourself, things like that, okay? This is Spanish 3, and you've got to know all of them. Okay, just to show you the Quizlet so you can see, let me show you. So if you go to quizlet.com/senorcaucau, here's me and the cows. Okay, it says it's this one, reciprocal verbs and get verbs. Now, again, this is in addition to your words like bathe and shower and dry off and things like that, okay? So if we click it, so to kiss each other, besarse. To hug each other, abrazarse. To talk to each other, hablarse. To see each other, verse. You've seen these words before. Ver, hablar, all these different things. Most of these you've seen before. To know each other, conocerse. To call each other, llamarse. To write to each other, escribirse. To shake hands, darse la mano. Nos damos la mano. All right, here are your get verbs. To get up, levantarse. To get down, bajarse. which also could be like to get off of a bus, to get out of, I don't know, a window, to get married, casarse, to get divorced, divorciarse, to get sick, enfermarse. So if you know that enfermo is sick, enfermarse is to get sick. If you know that enojado is angry, enojarse is to become angry. All right. So it's not impossible. It is a lot, but that's how Spanish 3 is. That's the challenge that comes with it. Okay. So know that that is on the Senior Cowcow Quizlet page. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over the answers to your worksheet. So let me close this, and I'm going to open a Word document. No, actually, I already did. I'm going to open this, okay? So I'm going to do this as briefly as I can. So let's have a look. All right, my father shaves every day. Mi padre se afeita todos los días. And again, if you want to know another way to say that, you can say cada día, each day. My father is shaving. Here's where we have one of two things. We could say, mi padre se está afeitando, or mi padre está afeitándose. Okay, let's say that maybe somebody calls and it's like, mi padre está afeitándose. My father has to shave. Mi padre se tiene que afeitar, or mi padre tiene que afeitarse. So I need an accent mark on that one. Okay? You take a bath, or you bathe yourself in the morning. Te bañas por la mañana. If you said en la mañana, it's not wrong. Por la mañana sounds better to me, though. You are taking a bath. Estás bañándote, or te estás bañando. It's like telling your friend, you like to bathe? ¿Te gusta bañarte? Let's see. Yeah, that'd be the only way to say that one. Yeah, te gusta bañarte. That's all right. I'm just going to leave it at that. Te gusta bañarte. Yes, okay. Sorry, I had to think about that one for a minute. That one was confounding me, y'all. Okay, the girls comb their hair. Las chicas se peinan. Again, you don't need to say hair because that's the only thing that you should be combing, you weirdos. All right, the girls are combing their hair. Las chicas se están peinando, or las chicas están peinándose. Whew. The girls need to comb their hair. Las chicas necesitan peinarse. They need to comb their hair. Look at them. They've got crazy hair. Okay, next one. We get up at 7 o'clock. Nos levantamos a las 7. We're getting up. Estamos levantándonos. Or nos estamos levantando. We want to get up. Queremos levantarnos, or nos queremos levantar. I wake up early. Me despierto temprano. I'm waking up. Estoy despertándome. I prefer to wake up early. Me prefiero despertar temprano. Your sister gets dressed in her room. Tu hermana se viste en su cuarto. I'm just going to stick with this one for the sake of simplicity. Your sister is getting dressed. Tu hermana está. Oh, hold on. Está vistiéndose. Or tu hermana se está vistiendo. And your sister just got dressed. Tu hermana acaba de vestirse. Tu hermana se acaba de vestir. The lady, this should say puts on makeup. This is a typo, so y'all forgive me if that confused you. We'll say, all right, so the woman is la mujer, but just to teach you a new word, lady is la dama se maquilla. The lady is putting on makeup. La dama se está maquillando. Or la dama está maquillándose. The lady should put on makeup. That's a rude one, isn't it? La dama debe maquillarse. La dama se debe maquillar. Maybe she's in a play or something and they need to get her made up. We'll assume that to be kind. The children brush their teeth. Los niños se cepillan los dientes. Children are brushing their teeth. Los niños se están cepillando los dientes. Los niños están cepillándose los dientes. The children learn to brush their teeth. Los niños aprenden a cepillarse los dientes. If you want to be really worried about it, los niños se aprenden a cepillar los dientes. Okay. The team showers after the game. Let me go over one more set of these. If anybody has a question about the rest of these, just email me. I'm just trying not to make this video just a half an hour. Okay, so we'll do one more set. If you have any questions, email me. All right. The team showers. All right, now this one is a little tricky. All right, now, so the team is el equipo, which is treated like one thing. You know how you say in English, the team is on the field, my family is big. So in this case, we're just going to refer to this as one thing. El equipo se ducha después del partido. That's some of your sports vocab for you. All right, the team is showering. El equipo se está duchando. El equipo está duchándose. And finally, the team begins to shower. Like you want to say, well, the team begins to shower at 5, so you can get there after that. El equipo empieza a ducharse. El equipo se empieza a duchar. So just to reemphasize, people typically, almost always, connect the word, okay? Ducharse, duchándose, cepillándose, maquillándome. Whatever it is, people tend to just connect it to the end of the word rather than taking it this kind of more wordy, slower way. But it's not wrong. It's perfectly fine. Okay, again, just email if you want to see the rest of these. I'm just not trying to make this video an hour long. Okay? So, next, let's see. So, again, we have three concepts we're talking about, okay? And we're almost done. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. I know this is kind of a long-winded video. So you have this, two verbs. I am showering. They need to go to sleep. We want to shave. They are waking up. Okay. Any of those two verbs working together, as well as your get verbs. Okay. They get sick. We get married. He gets mad. Uh, I get tired. And finally, your reciprocal things that you do to each other. Okay. So let me go back to me here real quick. This make me nice and big on the screen. There we are. Okay. So let me just do a couple of examples with these, and then I'll give you your little assignment, and we'll be on our way. Okay. All right. So, and the reason I want to take a minute to do this is because this stuff is really important. This is the kind of stuff out in the real world you'll say all the time. Let's say I'm behind on my hygiene, and I say, "Whew, necesito ducharme, necesito afeitarme, necesito cepillarme el pelo, necesito lavarme las manos, necesito cepillarme los dientes." Okay? Necesito dormirme. Oh, necesito despertarme. Okay? So that's the kind of stuff that you'll hear said a lot. And again, if you want to practice with some of your get words, Juan y Elena se casan en junio. Mi amigo se enoja cuando él tiene hambre. Ugh, me enojo. Estoy enojado. Me enojo cuando tengo hambre. Yo me aburro cuando estoy en clase. Me aburro. Nos aburrimos, señor Coward. Okay? And finally, you have your reciprocal verbs. Mis amigos se besan. Mis amigos se abrazan. Se hablan. Mis amigos se ven. Mis amigos se escuchan. Okay? Y mis amigos se llaman, se textean, muchas cosas. All right, so that was that. And finally, let me show you a little assignment for today. Oh, hold on. Oh, it puts me like a little spotlight. That's interesting. Okay, so your last thing is this, and then we'll be all done. It's a small writing activity that I call Stressful Day. I want to try to get as much practice as I can with these things. So here we go. Here's a picture of this. This picture of this woman I think is hilarious. Just her face just says it all. This is me every day. Okay. It says write a narrative about the things that are going on that are adding to your stressful day. Imagine that you wake up first thing in the morning and you are telling us about what is happening that's making you so stressed. Like you wake up in the morning and then your day goes on, right? So you want to make it as stressful as possible, practicing these three concepts. Okay, I want to see 2 sentences with each concept. That's 6 sentences. That's not a huge amount of work, okay? Use your 2 verbs, things like I need to shower, we're going to shave. Your get expressions, I get mad, I get tired, he gets angry, and then your reciprocal actions about what people do to each other, okay? For example, this uses all of these. I wake up at 5 o'clock and my dog is sleeping on my head. I need to brush my teeth. That's your 2 verbs. My friends are hugging each other in the halls. That's 2 verbs and reciprocal actions. I get mad when I don't have my homework. That's a get expression. Okay. And as always, we don't need a translator on this. This is not a complex sentence. I get mad when I don't have my homework. It's all about taking your time. All right, so 6 sentences, 2 sentences with each thing. Okay, all right, that is all for today. Hopefully I didn't bore everybody too bad. I know it was a long one, and I will talk to you soon. Adios.